Good morning. It is 5:59 on Monday, July the 22nd. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning into Mountain News this morning. Brandon is night side all week, so we're joined by meteorologist Kelly McShane this morning. And Kelly has a little bit of an active weather pattern coming into the region, but the good news is that you're going to have to put up with the rain for a little bit, but Kelly is going to bring some tolerable temps with it.
Yes, it will. Today's kind of a little bit of a good news, bad news kind of situation. Bad news, plenty of rainfall, localized flooding issues, but once we get past that, we will see plenty of sunshine and, like you said, those cooler temperatures. But Pinpoint Doppler right now working a little hard this morning. You can see plenty of showers and storms working throughout the region. A few storms moving through Magoffin and Johnson County, just now starting to get into Rockcastle, Pulaski County, Laurel County very soon. If you're traveling along Interstate 75 this morning, expect some heavy rainfall. However, at least in the fog department, not too many issues. However, do be mindful because we are looking at reduced visibility, especially with those pockets of heavy rainfall. I will have more on that sunshine that we will see later on in the week in just a little bit.
All righty, Kelly, can't wait for that sunshine to come back. Thank you, ma'am. Well, the McCreary County deputy who was shot Tuesday was released from the hospital yesterday. Here is a picture of the Whitley County Sheriff's Office. Actually, that should be McCreary County Sheriff's Office. Post of Tyler Watkins returning home. He was at UT Medical Center. He ate his first meal on Wednesday night. Kentucky State Police say Watkins was responding to a home on Lick Creek Road when Mark Dungan shot him from a car outside the house. Dungan drove off and then hit a constable head-on in his patrol car. Meanwhile, Kentucky State Police say one person died Sunday afternoon in a crash in Coal Run in Pike County. Troopers say 79-year-old Margaret Wright from Floyd County was driving southbound on US 23 when another driver attempted to turn, hitting her. Wright was taken to Pikeville Medical Center where she was pronounced dead. A passenger in Wright's vehicle and the other driver were also taken to the hospital with injuries. No information on their injuries or identities has been released at this time. Well, Kentucky State Police say one person is dead following an ATV crash in Letcher County. It happened Sunday evening near Laurel Lane in the Gordon community. Police say there were no other vehicles involved. We do not know the person's name at this time. Well, Pulaski County deputies say one person is dead following a crash on East Kentucky 452. Deputies say the crash either happened on Saturday night or early Sunday morning. The driver, Kimberly Lane, was driving west when she ran off the shoulder of the road and hit a tree. Crews were called to the scene around 7:30 Sunday morning by someone passing by. Now, one person was flown out and another was taken to the hospital in an ambulance after a crash on I-75 Sunday morning. Laurel County firefighters say it happened around 6:30 on I-75 southbound near mile marker 48. Exit 49 was shut down while crews cleared the scene. We do not know the names of the people injured or the extent of their injuries. In Wayne County, West Virginia, a man on home confinement was arrested on multiple drug charges. Clay McCoy was arrested after deputies found distribution quantities of crystal meth, marijuana, gabapentin, and Suboxone in his home. He was on house arrest for a 2018 drug conviction. Well, Remote Area Medical will provide free dental, vision, and medical care in Eastern Kentucky next month. RAM will hold a mobile health clinic in Elkhorn City on August 10th and 11th. The clinic will be located in the Lick Creek area at East Ridge High School. Services are free and no ID is required. Well, most of us enjoy our daily cup of coffee, but would you enjoy it a little more if you knew the money you spent was going to help your community? WYMT's Lauren McCourt went to a local coffee shop that does just that.
When you order a coffee, the money you spend usually goes back to the business. But at the Well in Leslie County, the money goes straight next door.
They started a coffee shop to pay for the food pantry.
Big Creek Missions knew food insecurity was a problem in Leslie County.
4 years ago, we started the food pantry.
But instead of asking people for donations, they took matters in their own hands.
The coffee shop started in January and we opened the food pantry in February.
Only paying a couple of the employees, most people you see are volunteers.
We have them from California, we have them from Pennsylvania, we have them just from all over the United States.
From all different ages.
I'm having a lot of fun so far.
It ended up being more for myself than the kids. I mean, I'm getting the full experience as well.
Not only are the 800 people Big Creek serves each month leaving with a cart full of groceries,
that all they have to do is show up to pick it up.
but every volunteer leaves with a full heart.
A good experience, a learning experience. I hope they are able to teach somebody about Jesus.
Though the work can be be difficult at times.
We laugh here all the time.
The experience each person has when they walk through that door makes it worthwhile. In Leslie County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, Mary Lewis says they are always in need of volunteers at the coffee shop and food pantry. So if you are interested, make sure to give them a call. Well, the 14th annual Hillbilly Christmas in July took place this weekend. Around 100 motorcycle riders put their kickstands up for the Randy Jones Memorial Ride. This is the second year for the ride through Pike County, driving to Lexington in previous years before the relocation of the hospital. Organization Chairman Jimmy Kinney says although this ride is not as far, it is just as beautiful.
And this year we'll be going to Elkhorn, over to Phelps, back to 119, back to Pikeville, and when we get back here, then we'll do a drawing on a motorcycle.
Now, you do not have to be present to win. Organizers will call you to make arrangements for you to pick up your new bike. Last year, Kenny says they raised more than $50,000. He says he hopes this year to exceed that number. Well, one of Kentucky's most famous staples is celebrating 50 years. Employees at the Kentucky Castle prepped for the celebration last night. And as Nick Oliver shows us, it is a milestone that has seen some major history.
The castle that sits on this hill is a staple on Versailles Road. Its corner towers perch above the Kingdom of Kentucky. But on the inside, the Kentucky Castle is celebrating its 50th anniversary.
We do so much here is because we know that there's a passion for this place in the community here.
Aaron Coos, a tour guide, knows all the facts. Construction on the castle started in 1969 as a labor of love that ended in divorce and has since seen two other owners. It's been a dream home, a bed and breakfast, and now a luxury hotel. It's even been on the silver screen. But many remember one road bump in between. On May 10, 2004, in the middle of a renovation, the $1.8 million property went up in flames. Only the outer walls remain. To this day, it ranks as one of the largest fires in Woodford County's history. Passerbys lined the busy road to watch the sights.
Well, it's never good to see a landmark like this be, in fire and going.
I was online and my friend's away message said that the castle was on fire, so I thought I'd come check it out.
Years later, the castle was rebuilt, now the home to 17 beds, a pool, ballroom, and a restaurant. Even the food eaten in the restaurant grown right outside on the farm.
This is the first point in this castle's history where people are really starting to realize there's a lot to do here on the property.
And that castle that everyone knows still sits in that same spot, but with rich history and still ruling over the Kingdom of Kentucky. In Versailles, Nick Oliver, WKYT.
Now, the castle is celebrating the milestone with the Beauty and the Beast themed Be Our Guest evening. The event includes eating, dancing, and tours around the castle. And if you are taking a trip to the western side of the state soon, Burger Week is almost back in Louisville. A passport kickoff party held last night at Goodwood Brewing. 25 restaurants across the metro are participating in Burger Week, offering up a $5 specialty burger. Plus, stamping your passport could win you major prizes. Whether you like your burger dressed simple, unique, or vegetarian, there is something for everyone. Well, thousands of scouts have arrived in southern West Virginia for the start of the 24th World Scout Jamboree. The event that runs from today through August 2nd at Summit Beckel Reserve near the New River Gorge National River is being held in the United States for only the second time. More than 45,000 scouts and their leaders from 167 countries plan to participate.
We're already seeing that rainfall move through this morning. Let's go ahead and check on the flash flood watch that has been issued overnight, and it does go until 2 a.m. on your Tuesday, and that includes everyone except for Rowan County. And Pinpoint Doppler is working pretty hard this morning. Plenty of showers and storms, like I mentioned, already moving through, now just starting to inch towards Laurel County. So be mindful of that. You might run into heavy rainfall traveling along Interstate 75 this morning and throughout the mountains as well. Those temperatures into those lower 70s, feeling a little bit warm out there, a little muggy as well, but changes are on the way. So definitely some good things in store after we get through these showers and storms. Mind you, we do have a small localized flooding threat, so we're going to continue to monitor that as we head throughout the day. We'll keep you updated right here on air and on WYMT.com. We'll have that full forecast in just a little bit, Will.
All right, we'll be back with you, Kelly, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Still to come, NASA plans on returning humans to the moon, but critics say the timeline and missions costs are a leap too far. And we will tell you about the woman who had a critical behind-the-scenes role in making sure the model of Apollo 11 got back from the module of Apollo 11 got back from the moon's surface.